Well, hello gang, and welcome back. It's the 9th of December, and it's been incredibly peaceful around the colony, actually. The animal pen is done. I put a quick path around it. That way if any fires break out, maybe there's some type of fire break, at the very least, that might help. Get the camels moved there. I had to move the brewing barrels out of the temple, unfortunately, despite the fact they are thematically good. They still count as a production facility, which means people were unhappy, so I just quickly shifted them over. We've got an electric tailor bench set up again, a mending station that they're actually using, slowly repairing things like riot armor. I want to, while I'm thinking about it, we can build some new stuff. So an electronic radio that plays music, a trading terminal allows contact with the bank, access to the stock market, price overview, and contracts. Let's check that out. We have a radio trade beacon, an extremely outdated yet fully functional radio trade beacon intended for military use. Required for orbital trading. You can only sell goods to orbital traders if they're near an orbital trade beacon. It can be placed indoors. So I could build this one. Or I could build this one. And say I'm probably... No, I can cover this whole area with one of them, basically. That'll allow me to do orbital trading once that gets built. We have ship landing beacons here. Marks the corner of a landing area. 4 of these placed at the corners of a clear area create a landing pad. Spacecraft usually land on pads if possible. I don't think I'm going to build that just yet. That's more or less what this section is right here at the base, this front pad. An ancient landing pad. I thought it was a good place to put the front of our base. Makes a nice porch, honestly. I never did get that autopsy table built. It was canceled because I had them put a floor in here, which didn't get completed because all they did was rip up the previous floor. I haven't reassigned that yet. Let's see. I know there was something else in here I wanted to build. So we need a comms console. That's not the same as the trading one there. The trading terminal. Get that up. And then what else do we have? Rimfeller. I haven't done any Rimfeller research. We need a watchtower. That's pretty much non-negotiable. Put that right outside the bedrooms here. People can wake up and somebody can constantly be on duty there. Also fairly close to our food supply, which is running pretty low right now. Biotech. I don't need pollution pumps yet. I'm just barely starting to figure out what pollution actually is. I think we need something else for our temple. A ceremonial building that protects and displays a relic. Still don't have a relic. Haven't really put any effort into getting one. We'll place a pillaging tree out front. It's almost that time of year. I'm not going to bother building light balls. Well, I take that back. It actually does not cost that many components. So, place that. Get some speakers in here. I guess that works. Hopefully the fires don't burn them down. We could place a drum, a large wooden drum used as a music source for tribal rituals and parties. We are not tribal. I think we can build that because it's either a basic item or we have some people in our colony up here whose ideology actually could use that. I'm going to put... If people want to change their hairstyle, I'm going to place one of those in the freezer. So we'll just do a bit of decorating and workshop placement before we get started on the fun stuff coming up. I think we're probably going to go on an adventure. Not even going to mess with any other types of heating and cooling systems just yet. Barely got to use the previous system I built. So right now we've got horseshoes, we've got billiards. A poker table would be fun, but that's huge. I don't really have anywhere to put that. Here's one thing I was looking for: washing machines. Question is, which the front? That puts that there, there. I have 2 washing machines there. That way all of the dead dude's clothing that we bring in, they can quickly just shove in there and then they can repair it once it's out. Now here's a question. If I put juggling balls in here, is that going to count as a production facility and people are going to get upset? A broadcaster, a device for sending radio broadcasts, slot machine, a rigged mechanical device often used by the rich to exploit the poor. Martial arts target. I think I'm going to avoid building any basketball hoops or goal posts this time. Which is strange because now I've got 2 different types. Good for melee ability training. I mean, I would like to build a grand piano. I'm going to need a bigger dining hall for that. We'll get a grand piano and a microphone. Yeah, I'm not going to try and squeeze one in there. I'm curious what this is for. Like, who do you send messages to? A device for sending radio broadcasts. Razzle Dazzle. That's the mod that it's from. I'm just going to leave it like it is. I'm not going to place anything else. I need to expand. What I'm probably going to do is expand the dining hall out. Eventually cover up this pad. So I can't really scoot it back unless I want to shift everything. That way I can fit more tables maybe, more recreation items in there, get some fridge placement going on so they can just grab their food from the fridge. I'm not going to worry about floors. We looked at miscellaneous for security. I still don't have anything. Jersey barriers, Gatling guns, a portable old-time turret. You know, there's part of me that is worried about building any of these because it feels like it will just be inviting another raid. So what do we have? Deep Chem Refinery, Deep Chem Pump Jack. Let's say, is there any... How do I look for chem fuel? I know that they usually... I've seen chem fuel geysers that look like steam geysers. Let's say I don't see any close to the base where I'd want to build something there and then build a whole pipe network back. We do have 2 steam geysers here. 1, 2. Could be a good source of power later on. Interested in props. Should probably build some more batteries. Small battery, we'll do... Could make this a battery storage room. Oh yeah, that was another thing that I actually need to set up. I was thinking, we need to set up the septic system now. So, what do I have a lot of? Limestone. Barely. I need to have a full-time dedicated block maker. Put this in here. Have a septic system all the way down here. I think I will make it out of steel plumbing. There we go. I don't think steel plumbing will catch fire and burn. I could be mistaken. And then... So, all of the waste will come through here and build up in the septic system. If the septic system overflows... It still has to have a sewage outlet, unfortunately. So maybe I could build just a huge chain of septic systems. So maybe I'll try that. Sandstone wall. So we'll get that set up. I can start upgrading these wooden latrines and the water tubs to being somewhat more sanitary than things are right now. But what else did I want to do? There's got to be more that I wanted to build. Miho General Workbench. It's a comprehensive workbench that imitates human 3D printers. I need 250 Miho ceramic for it, but that also requires its own research tech line, and I have not pumped any points into researching Miho specific stuff yet. I'm not really sure what the EXT stands for here. I continually forget about the stuff in this tab. I think it means extended from the expansion packs. And no notice board. We're not doing tenants here. Nothing to draw more attention to us just yet. Various shelves. Grand meditation throne. Or meditation throne. For dignity psycasters. Okay. I don't have any psycasters yet, but one of the things another thing I do want to kind of look into relatively soon, and I brought it up multiple times, is completing Carrot's his Psylink quest, more or less. I think that's what it is. So we got a brewery already. The electric smelter might be fun if I need more steel, actually. It does consume a lot of power. I want a high-tech research bench. I think if I have a high-tech research bench, I don't need the basic simple bench at all. So once that gets built, I might just dismantle this and maybe even build a second one, because you can have multiple people researching to really speed things up. I don't tend to do that until I have a decent amount of colonists kind of floating around. You know what? Let's put the autopsy table in the freezer. Bad temperature. Don't you want to do autopsies in the cold? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't watched too many crime shows. Murder, mystery, creepy things. A drug production table. I think this stuff really needs to be in a sterile room. But I just want to place it, see what we can craft once it gets built. Advanced fabrication bench. I'm not going to mess with that yet because I won't have the resources to do anything with it. I'm almost positive on that. Kitchen by electric crematorium. I mean, I'm going to need a crematorium at some point. I need another building down here with just like 2 or 3 crematoriums in it. This will be the waste disposal area. Before we go on a mission, is there anything we can do? Oh, no, no, no. No, you're not. You did not get to hunt one of my camels. Let's see. Smart gun, free fire, chrono field. Here, I want you to freeze this thing real quick. Is it actually... Oh. I was going to say, is it actually going to run away? Box, did you miss? I think it resisted, actually. Okay, so can't use that one. How about... Oh, how about you just shoot this thing? What do you mean you cannot hit the target? I believe in you. There we go. A little bit quicker than I thought. It's in pain shock. Anybody want to finish this off? Helmet hair. It's a good chunk of meat right there, as well as some really nice leather. Okay, you are no longer drafted. I need to try the rest of these options at some point. Like, what does this do? Free fire, tracking. Wait, where are you going? Hauling steel to plumbing. Okay. Let me see. This is the Fart Concord. I kind of want to send a little delegation to one of these places and see if we can buy or trade for any booze from them. Because it's still going to be a while until I get a decent amount of our own going. Looks like we harvested some finally, or at least brewed it. I'm going to assume that everyone has drank it by now. Box demands alcohol. So you know what? Let's try that. We can get there and back pretty quick. 1.1 days. What if we go 2.39? Okay. We'll go to the Fart Concord first. I've only got one camel that can be mounted. Where's the second one at? Let's see. Emmy, can you take these things to the pen? Prioritize roping. Maybe once they're down here, I'll be able to select them a little bit easier. I feel like the caravan menu has some weird issues with it when it comes to selecting items. There we go. That'll make it a little bit quicker. Where I'm only going to send 2 people. Box. No. Scrungus, you can go. And Corbin, you can go. We're not sending a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna say, where's my silver at? This is just what I was talking about. I have to take some money. There we go. Let's go ahead and take 1,000 of it. It's a pretty good chunk. Only has 4.5 days worth of food. They'll be back way before that. Hopefully. They're going to grab their mounts and bring them up to the caravan spot and start loading them down with silver and food. I don't normally send to just a handful of people, because if they get ambushed out there, they could be in trouble. That's one of the reasons I was considering sending Box, because at the very least I know he can use some of his magic powers to, like, he'd be able to freeze a group. Kind of even the odds in their favor just a little bit. Corbin and Scrungus are on their way to visit Mercy Sound. We're low on medicine. I have a whole bunch of stuff being crafted. I don't know if I'm gonna make it an outfit yet, because it's not exactly piratey, but I don't want to look like old-timey pirates necessarily. Even if it was just Rimworld space pirates, it would be great. Prediction, self-tame. Box has predicted a self-tame will occur within the next 1 hour. So that's what that does. Which means if I clicked on Box, I could do Alter Fate, and that wouldn't happen. Something else might happen. Can revert environmental conditions even after they occur. I'm really curious about what the butterfly effect might be when it happens. I was checking these ancient nav beacons to see if they were bringing anyone's mood down with any negative modifiers, and I didn't see any. I was about ready to dismantle them. Self-tame. Predicted self-tame. A Dusk Prowler has become tame and is now designated Dusk Prowler 1. Dusk Prowlers are pretty good. Training. Train it to guard. Train it to attack. It's handler. Who's our best animal handler? Let's say, I think it's Emmy. Emmy and Revy. And Ghost. I think I'm just going to let them fight for this thing right now. If it chooses a master, it'll be good for whoever it chooses. A wild unfertilized goose egg. If it was fertilized, I'd go over there and steal it. I'm gonna steal this little tailoring cabinet. Put it right next to my tailoring bench. What else can I steal from over here? We've got a wall lamp still floating around. Look at this door. It needs a light. I need some out here. What else can we take from these old ruins? I've damn near picked everything clean out here. Ceiling lights. Okay. Let me see. Box, you've got one magic point that we can level up with. Should probably start putting points into prediction now. Level 0, level 5 is extra consciousness. 55 chance to predict and avoid physical attacks. That seems pretty damn good. Is it actually 55%? Oh, that's level 5, okay. Level 0 and level 5. I was like, we gain 1 level in it and it's a 50% increase? Holy crap. Increases chance to predict an event by 5% per skill level. I'm gonna put it in that. We're gonna level up prime cognition just a little bit. It'll make him better all around. Helmet hair, what about you? You've got 2 points. Half tempted just to dump both of them into mortar expert. I don't think that would let you use it twice back to back, unfortunately. Second skin. I think we'll give you another level of Troll's Blood, just max that out. Box and Helmet are the 2 most badass warriors that we've got, specifically because of their abilities. Say, Revy's abilities aren't incredibly useful from what we've seen in combat, which is kind of unfortunate. Firing Frenzy from Emmy is good, and the fact we can use it once a day without having to rely on mana or stamina or anything like that. Corbin and Scrungus cuddle alongside the road with their camels tonight. How chilly is it? 15 degrees? That's pretty chilly. And I didn't send them with any tents or camping supplies because I'm terrible. I'm a terrible colony leader. See, Revy? Oh my goodness, what is this? It doesn't have any bills that I can assign, so I'm curious. We can call any of the factions around here, it looks like. Any of the factions on the world map, actually. We can hire pirates, we can use Rimdeed, we can call the Orbital Trader Hub. We can summon a Diabolus threat if we have a Mechanoider. What we got here? View prices, view news, open stock market, open contracts, contact the banks. Let's view the news. I'm not going to play the stock market yet, but we'll take a look at it too. So this is local news. Villa Urashini buys textiles in bulk. Club City. Let's go there. Anna Company. Cockroaches Fortress on the Ridge improves their defenses and plans to obtain plasteel, steel, and components. I'm curious what this all pertains to. This has to just deal with the stock market. Bramblewick is struggling with a pack of alpha beavers and purchases a large quantity of wood. Only bearish. Huh? Okay. Let's look at the prices. Ripley combination weapon. Number symbols have value prices? What? So I guess every item in the game, you can see what its price is and how it's performing on the market right now. It's a little bit extra. What about the stock market? Various companies. We can follow news or not. We got share prices, how many we own, what our profit and loss on those are. Positive numbers buy, negative numbers sell. So we would have to open a bank account, put silver in the bank account, and then we could spend it on the stock market. The best lubricants. That company would probably do good here. Celia Company, Chinchilla Consortium. Okay. We might mess around with that later on. What about contracts? Completing contracts will have the funds transferred to your bank accounts and the items removed from your inventory. You need to be quick, as higher markup indicates that the contract is popular, and it might be snatched before the items are ready. So if I had this many items, if I had 600 Fox fur around my orbital beacon, I could sell it and get this reward for it. That's kind of neat. Unfortunately, I don't have any of this stuff right now, and I'm not going to worry about it just yet. Revered Psylinker. Probably a really damn good way to make money if you wanted to play the market here. Complete contracts invested in the stock market. Let's contact the Bank of Southern Valor. Bank fee is 20%. It's based on the goodwill you have with the faction. We can take out a quick cash loan. I wonder what happens if you don't pay it back. Loans can only be paid back using bank balance. Make sure to have enough money in your bank when the loan time runs out, or repay it in full beforehand. Failing to have enough silver in your bank account and stocks can result in losing goodwill of the bank faction, as well as incur other consequences until the debt is settled. I don't have goodwill with either of them, so let's go ahead and just flip the switch on that. Actually, just gonna turn it off for now. I don't want it draining my power if we're not gonna use it. And Miho ceramic turret. I don't really know what direction we're even going to be attacked from very often. We haven't been attacked much here, if at all, really. I think it's mostly been wild animals. Maybe one or two tiny little raids. Okay. We're just going to place that turret right there. It's got a pretty good field of coverage. And if it blows up, it's not going to take anything important with it. Blocked by pine tree. Somebody will come cut it. So, it's the 11th of December. We have 2 colonists on a booze run, hoping that the Gofardium Concord will have some nice stuff for us. And other than that, it's very peaceful around the colony. I can't wait to complete our wood and electric drug lab and see what we can make with it.